In this video, I'm going to be going over the Waddah Attar explosion indicator. And apologies if I pronounced that totally incorrectly. So from now on, I think I'll just refer to it as the WA explosion indicator. This indicator was built using the MACD and Bollinger bands. So for a good complement to this indicator, I also have the superior Bollinger bands indicator from NINZA. So I have definitely made a bunch of changes to both of these indicators. I can show you what it would look like right out of the box and just reset these to their factory settings here. Click apply. So you can see there's quite a bit going on the chart right here, and a different color scheme and everything. But this is one of the main reasons why I love NINZA indicators, is because they're so incredibly customizable. So you can take any of these indicators and really put your own personal flair on them. So I can show you what settings I'm using on this current chart setup. I've completely changed all the MACD times, changed it all to Fibonacci numbers. So I've got 21 fast EMA, I've got a 55 slow EMA, and for the smoothing I've got 3. The Bollinger period is a 21, and the standard deviation multiplier is a 3, and the smoothing period is a 7. Just throwing in Fibonacci numbers, something I like to do. You could completely change this however you like. So the WA explosion is printing the bar colors, either green or red. Got forest green and crimson. It's also painting the background. Got lime green and hot pink for the uptrend and the downtrend. It's got 3 different signals it'll print: the trend start, trend strengthening, and trend slowdown. The only one I have enabled is the trend slowdown, which is printing these little squares. You can change what these markers say, what kind of symbols they are, the shape, the color, everything about them. I left all of this the same. This color scheme is the same as what it comes with for the histogram. For the superior Bollinger band, I've got an SMA of 20 and got the smoothing enabled, EMA 5, standard deviation of 2. I've got the plot enabled. That's these green dots on this center band here. Green for up, red for down. I've got the bar enabled and the bar outline enabled. And depending on which order you have your indicators in here, I can change the position. So depending on where you have these indicators positioned in your window here, I've got it set up so that the Bollinger candles are printing the outline. You can see this cyan color that I have for the bar break up. So it's printing the candlestick outline. So this way I know when price is breaking through the Bollinger line, but yet I can still see the candle color printed by the WA explosion indicator. So it's just a little trick you can use on any of their indicators that offer the candlestick to be colored with the bar enabled. See, on this one I do not have the bar outline enabled. I've got it unchecked for the WA explosion. So that way I've got the superior Bollinger printing the candle outlines. And if it breaks out of the Bollinger line to the downside, it's printing this orange candle outline. The region enabled, that's this area that's painted in a little bit in between the Bollinger bands. Just helps you visualize the area where the Bollinger bands is a little bit better. Lime green and hot pink. I've disabled the marker. It's not printing any markers at all. For the middle band, I've got a 2 pixel dot, and the top and bottom bands are just 1 pixel. So those are all the settings. I can show you how I've been using this combination. This is Friday's price action from September 9th on the NASDAQ 1-minute chart. And these indicators work on any time frame. They'll work on Renko bars, tick bars, range bars, whatever you like. You can see we've got a very narrow range coming into the New York Open, looking for a breakout of this really narrow range already. And 9:30, here's the market open. We get our first candle. You can see we've got the candle outline change color with this cyan color, and it's the first bar in an uptrend on our WA explosion indicator. The WA explosion is painting the background, and it will paint arrows to alert you of this as well, but I just like to have a little bit less on my charts. So that was a great area to get long in. Price went up 50 points in just a few minutes there. So now we're getting these red squares from the WA explosion, alerting us of a potential trend slowdown. We're definitely not just immediately getting into a trade as soon as one of these signals appear. They're just kind of little alerts to remind us to be aware. And here on this candle, you can see we are not getting the outline of the superior Bollinger Band printing anymore, which means we've got a candle close below this upper Bollinger Band. And when that happens, you are on the lookout for a potential reversal back to the center Bollinger Band line. So what I'm looking for when these red dots appear, I'm looking at this histogram. See, we've got a lot of strength in this histogram, and not until we start making higher highs, like this was the high over here, our histogram's pretty dang high. We're making new highs in price, but look at the histogram, it's way lower. So we've got some major divergence right there. We've got divergence and we've got a red square print. So when we get a break below the Bollinger Band and this outline disappears, this cyan outline disappears, and we go back to having a regular black candle outline, I'm definitely interested in a trade if I'm doing a counter trend trade. At least back to this center Bollinger Band line. So we get a little bit of a break below the Bollinger Band, and here we're getting a possible trend slowdown. Got a green square here from our WA explosion. And now look at the histogram here. So on this up move, our histogram made it up pretty high. On this short move, our histogram is showing that this move to the downside is not as powerful as this move to the upside, because the histogram did not get as high. So taking this reversal signal, that could absolutely be a valid reversal signal, especially when we cross back above this Bollinger Band and the bar outline has stopped printing orange. You know, we can look to target our center Bollinger Band line here. And if it breaks above this Bollinger Band line, which it does here, we can look to target the upper Bollinger Band line. And shortly after, we get our WA explosion indicator printing green candles, green background. We've had a nice solid move up all morning, so this is a solid trade in the direction of the trend. Getting in on the close of this candle, targeting the upper Bollinger Band line, and it's over 23 points right there. We're getting another market slowdown signal from the WA explosion. Look at the histogram. This long move that we've had in this green shaded background, it's not as powerful as the previous short move. So again, that could be a potential short trade back down to the center Bollinger Band line. So over here, price is making higher highs, the highest of the day so far. Yet look at this histogram compared to where we were earlier. The histogram is incredibly lower, price is higher. We're definitely on the lookout for a possible reversal. Our center Bollinger Band line had been holding up for the previous 5 or 6 minutes, and we finally just got a breakthrough. Nice big candle to the downside. And look at the histogram on this candle already. It's much higher than this previous long move. So this could be a great place to get in short, and we had a great move down for the rest of the morning. You see all of these possible WA explosion reversals coming in, but just keep your eye on the histogram. This histogram is still getting stronger, stronger, stronger. You know, here price is going a little bit lower. It's pretty much a double bottom at that point. I mean, it barely dipped through, but the histogram is a little bit lower. You know, taking a couple of these reversal signals for a short counter trend trade back up to the Bollinger Band center line, that would be a potentially viable trade. But down here, we're definitely making new lows, you know, substantially lower. And look at the histogram. It's still lower than the low we had up here. The histogram was higher. So when we get this green reversal signal, that could definitely be a potential reversal long. Still lots of strength in this move. I mean, it's not that much lower than this. So if we wait for some extra confirmation, we finally close above the superior Bollinger Band center line here, and we have a nice trade long. Everything's green. Our WA explosion indicator is green, and we make it right back up to the upper Bollinger Band line. So that's the way I've been using this combo. I hope you've found some helpful information and gotten some good ideas on ways to possibly implement some of these indicators into your own systems and your own strategies.